Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another TaG Thursday evening workout. In the studio, physically distanced, socially connecting though. That's how I've been approaching this whole quarantine thing, I guess. Trying to stay socially connected with friends, relatives, but obviously keeping my physical distance, using Zoom a lot, Facebook, all that sort of stuff. So we came here tonight to get a good workout in, build some strength from our various home pain caves. I see people in basements, people out in their backyards, people on decks, people in living rooms, just training wherever you can, getting it in, getting the work in. So for this evening, we got a solid sort of mix of efforts, all different power systems, starting off with some aerobic capacity efforts. So it's about a 10-minute total effort, sort of over-under style, starting at 85%, dropping down to 75%, bringing the power back up to 85% all the way throughout, making it 10 minutes total, so 1 minute each. Then we're gonna have some max aerobic power efforts. So these ones are gonna be 45 seconds at 100% MAP, maybe a little bit more if you can squeeze it out. And then a minute, 15 seconds, sort of active recovery, roughly about 50%, so still working, still putting a bit of power through the pedals, but not a lot. And then finally, we're gonna finish it off with some 30-second maximal MAP effort. So sort of think of those as trying to go above and beyond every time, sustaining all you can for 30 seconds, really pushing it hard all the way through them. And then between each of those will be 1 full minute easy where you can recover, collect yourself, get ready to hit at those the next block of efforts then. For now though, just gonna keep spinning easy for a few more minutes, shaking out the legs, letting loose. Maybe you're on the couch all day, maybe you were working from a home office. I know whenever I've been doing work at home, my home office has been my couch, which some people discourage, but I found I've been fairly productive there. I also haven't been getting out of my sweatpants, also discouraged, but again, I really don't think it hindered my productivity, but everyone's different. But back to sort of, got my towel toss in there. Back to sort of I mentioned at the start though, physically distanced, socially connected. I mentioned that a lot in the last workout I did. I'll probably mention it a few times again in this one, just sort of the idea of, though we can't physically be with each other, we can't hang out with friends, we can't go on group rides, all that sort of stuff, we can still stay socially connected, we can still communicate with one another, can still reach out to old friends, connect over Zoom, Zoom coffee dates, Zoom happy hours. I've seen all sorts of stuff like that with friends, so it's good to see. Definitely try and reach out to some friends maybe you haven't seen in a while. Maybe you're good friends, who knows. Doing stuff like this, also a great way. Again, to see everyone's different faces, everyone's different trainer setups. One thing I'll highlight too, I think Jackson's the only one on rollers from what I see. So a lot of balance there, keep an eye on his screen, because he, as we go into the harder efforts, maybe he might start veering one way and hit the deck, hopefully not, but never know. Also just want to shout out all of the TaG team riders who've joined us tonight. So I mentioned Jackson already, one of them. We've got Evan, we've got Ethan, we got Eric, the 3 E's, triple threat. Yeah, the first and what turned out to be only race this season, rolled a 2-man break with Eric for all of 1 lap, I think, before we got reeled back in, but good to see him out here too. Hopefully, hopefully he doesn't put me in too much of a pain cave tonight like he did that day up the road in that break. But I think it's time now to get into our structured part of the warm-up. So we're gonna start off with some 45-second accelerations, or 45-second steady state followed by a 15-second acceleration. So with these, we're gonna do them a total of 4 times. every time through, we're going to get progressively harder, progressively tougher. So the first one we're going to do right in the 50 to 60% range, hold steady for 45 seconds. And then at the end, we're going to accelerate, bring our leg speed up, bring our power up along with it. So aim to sort of do the 45-second sustained stuff at 90 RPM. You can watch my leg speed if you don't have a cadence sensor on your bike to get an idea of what 90 RPM looks like. And if you don't have a power meter, 50 to 60% sort of a 5 to 6 out of 10 effort. So not super hard, but still definitely working a little bit. And then during the acceleration, you'll be bringing your power up out of that sort of 50%, that 5 out of 10 zone, up a little bit, maybe towards 7, 8 out of 10. Another thing, if you looking for a Spotify playlist to listen along to tonight, you can check out the JC Night Riding playlist on the public TaG Cycling account. So if you look up TaG Cycling on Spotify, you'll see a bunch of playlists. You can see the one that says JC Night Riding. Click on that, give it a listen. It's a good one to sweat to tonight. Sweat to anytime you have a workout with this mixed intensity. But let's not hesitate, let's get straight into this warm-up. So again, first one of these is 45 seconds sustained at about 50 to 60%, and then 15 seconds of an acceleration at the end. So we'll get started in 6 seconds with this one. So again, 50 to 60%, 90 RPM in 2, 1. And we're just gonna find the gearing for that, sort of settle into this tempo. Just hold it for 45 seconds. Just tap out a steady pace. See Ethan's in the aero bars doing some TT work tonight. Like that. Lots of ITT style riding out there right now with no groups to be riding in. So in 10 seconds, we're going to start our acceleration. So building our cadence up, building our power up in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Start spinning your legs a little bit faster, getting on top of the gear. 10 seconds left. Faster legs now, much faster. Past 100 RPM. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and backing off, nice and easy gear now. Just gonna ride easy for a minute, whatever cadence you like, and then we're gonna jump in to another one of those. So next one we're gonna do, we're gonna start off a little bit harder. This time, it's gonna be 45 seconds at 60%, so about a 6 out of 10 perceived effort. So working a little bit harder this time for the 45-second block, but not too hard yet. Just sort of keeping it steady. Think about things like your pedal stroke during this warm-up as well, keeping it nice and fluid, nice and round. That's one of the advantages of riding rollers like Jackson. Really rewards a smooth pedal stroke, so I know he's definitely forced to sort of work on consistent power, consistent pedal stroke during these efforts. So in 5 seconds, we're gonna get started. 2, 1, bring your power up about 60%, 6 out of 10. Again, nice, steady, 90 RPM here. Holding it steady until that acceleration at the very end. Keep it up. It's a bit longer here till that acceleration. 5 more seconds. Again, bringing your cadence up by about 10 to 15 RPM. Bringing your power up as well with it. 2, 1. Fast acceleration, fast legs. Power and cadence up. And 3, 2, 1, all the way off now. Easy, easy gear. A little bit of rest. Okay, we're gonna do that 2 more times. This next one, again, gonna get progressively a little bit harder than the last one. For those of you with a power meter, aim to add about 10 to 15 watts to what we did for the last one. Or maybe if you're just using sort of perceived effort, think of where you were at last time and just maybe go up 1 more gear. Maybe just push a little bit harder on the pedals. Okay, 12 more seconds until we get into our second last of these little warm-up drills. Again, 90 RPM, just like the last time. In 2, 1, settle in. So that same pace, a little bit harder power, same cadence. Holding steady here for 45 seconds. And think about your pedal strokes, scraping your foot along the bottom, pulling up on the backside, keeping muscles engaged the whole way around. 15 seconds to go to that acceleration. Stay on top of this gear until then. Consistent power, consistent cadence. And 3, 2, 1, up, 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 a little acceleration. Faster leg speed, higher power here. Keep it up, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and easing back off again. Nice, easy gear. We're gonna do 1 more of those. This time through, power is gonna be at about 70% or 7 out of 10. So this one should feel noticeably harder than the past 2. Before we get started, remember, keep drinking water the whole way through this. Super important to stay hydrated, whether you're training outside, inside. Gotta keep the water intake up, keep the body functioning properly. Okay, 15 more seconds of easy riding before we start the last of these 45-second steady state efforts. 5 seconds, and 2, 1. Last one of these, right about 70%. Steady 90 RPM. This one should feel harder than the past 3. Higher power, but same cadence. So I'm pushing through. 15 more seconds to go before the last acceleration. Keep on top of this gear. Nice steady tempo. And 3, 2, 1, up, 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 last acceleration. Fast legs, higher power. Keep it up, 5 more seconds. Stay on top of that gear. 2, 1, all the way off now. Nice, easy gear. Just gonna recover for a couple minutes here. Spin the legs out nice and easy. Okay, so after this recovery, we're gonna do some single leg pedaling work and then jump into the workout after that. So the way single leg pedaling is gonna work this time, so you're gonna be doing 30 seconds on each leg 2 times through. So 30 seconds right leg, 30 seconds left leg, 30 seconds right leg, 30 seconds left leg. The one catch with these is that you're gonna be, whenever you have your left foot unclipped, say, you're gonna have your left hand holding the bars, right hand doing the pedaling. And so it's gonna look like this sort of when it's left leg unclipped, when it's right leg unclipped, it's gonna be like this. So makes it a little more challenging. You have to sort of work on your balance and sort of use your core to stabilize yourself more rather than relying on just your legs or your hands to do that. You're sort of trying to keep your body central still. You're trying not to lean one way or the other. For Jackson on the rollers, this is going to be particularly tough and a good test of his roller riding skills. He's saying he's not going to do it, but fair enough, fair enough. Got to stay safe as well. Awesome. And every time we switch legs, we'll just sort of do a 10-second intermission where we have both feet clipped in, just to sort of shake out the one leg that was unclipped and to ease the load off of the leg that was clipped in through the last one. Okay, so in 5 seconds, we're going to get started. Starting unclipping your left leg, pedaling with your right leg only in 2, 1. Unclip your left leg, right leg only. That also means right hand not on the bars. Very good. I'm seeing lots of free hands right now. That's awesome. Holding steady here. 5 more seconds. And 2, 1. Left foot back clipped in. We'll just pedal with both legs for about 10 seconds here. And in 3 seconds, we're going to switch to left leg only. 2, 1. Left leg only now. That means left hand off the bars. Again, with these ones, the purpose sort of holding your core steady, trying to keep your upper body straight and trying to rely less on just your legs and your arms to support your body weight and to sort of keep you centered. Awesome. 5 more seconds here. And 2, 1. Keeping your right foot back in. Back to both legs. It's been nice and easy for a few seconds here. And then back to right leg only now in 2, 1. Unclip your left leg. Right leg only. Left hand only. Keep holding steady here. Remember with these ones, the whole point, not to have a jittery pedal stroke, trying to keep it nice and fluid. Awesome. 5 more seconds to go on the right leg. 2, 1. Clip back in. And nice and steady with both feet in the pedals for a few seconds here. And we're going to go one last time on our left leg only, right hand on the bars in 2, 1. Right leg only, left hand on the bars. That hand up. Let's do jazz hands for 20 seconds here. Those hands moving, hands waving. Very good. Keep it up here, keep it up. 5, and 2, 1. That's it. Both feet clip back in now. Just gonna pedal nice and easy for a few minutes. Shake out that warm up and get ready to jump into the workout proper. Those single leg drills, I know some people love them, some people hate them. Most people hate them, but they're a great way to work on pedaling efficiency, pedaling form, making sure you're keeping nice, even circles, even pedal stroke. Awesome. So the workout proper, I'll sort of explain the first set that we're doing in a bit more detail than I did earlier now. So this first one, easiest way to look at it is sort of a 10-minute total effort because there's not really any easy parts. There's parts where you're putting out more power and parts where you're putting out less power, but none of it's a super easy recovery bit. Essentially starting off at 85%, so about 8 to 9 out of 10 perceived effort. You could sort of think of that as your maximal 15 to 20 minute power, what you can hold for that time frame. So fairly big power there. And we're gonna hold 90 RPM So nice sort of neutral cadence. Do that for a minute, and then we're gonna back our power off to 75%, or about a 70 or 7 out of 10. And when we do that, we're also gonna bring our cadence up. So faster legs on the easier parts, slower legs on the higher power bits. So it helps to mix it up, break it up mentally, but also work on your pedaling efficiency at different speeds. And then we're gonna repeat that obviously 5 times to bring us up to 10 minutes. So long effort, but really, really useful one that I'm sure a lot of the TaG race team riders are used to doing, those sort of over-under efforts, hovering right around your threshold, maybe going over a little bit, under a little bit, just sort of that staggered power like that. Really useful way to sort of build your power up from the bottom, but also pull it up from the top. So we're gonna get started with those in just over 10 seconds now. Again, think about our single leg drills, think about pedaling efficiency through this one. It's a long effort, but get through it, we'll power through it all together. Okay, so in 2, 1, bring your power up, 85%, cadence at 90 RPM. These 10-minute efforts are quite long, but the way this is set up, it's gonna fly by because each minute just ticks by real quick. And so 1 minute ticks off, next minute ticks off, and sort of breaking it up that way just helps you mentally get through it. Again, sitting about a 8 to 9 out of 10 perceived effort. Think about your maximal 15, 20-minute power for this. And 90 RPM. Just tapping out the steady rhythm. 15 seconds till this first minute is done. Flying through it already. Again, we're gonna be dropping our power to 75% and bringing our cadence up to 100 RPM in 3, 2, 1. So power down, cadence up now. It's about a 7 out of 10, so think of your roughly your 1 hour power, your FTP for those that race a lot, know that term. Again, 100 RPM, faster legs. With these this broken up 10-minute effort, you don't really get the chance to find a rhythm. As soon as you're into the rhythm, into the mojo, you're changing up your power, changing up your cadence for the next block of it. So it sort of makes it tough in that way, but I think it mentally makes it a little easier. You never get really comfortable in a zone. You just sort of keep having to think dynamically, jump around, bring your power up, bring your power down, that sort of thing. 5 seconds till we go back up to our starting power and starting cadence. 85%, 90 RPM in 2, 1. Bringing the power up now. Settling in to that same sort of 20-minute power, 8 out of 10 perceived effort, and 90 RPM cadence. Powering through it. Again, just keep holding this steady. Steady on the power, steady on the cadence is the name of the game with these ones. Keep on top of the gear. Super important to sort of check in with yourself every once in a while. Make sure your cadence hasn't fallen, because if your cadence is falling, your power is falling as well. So try and just lock in at 90 RPM if you can. Really hold on and stay there. Keep it up. Almost time to drop into an easier gear. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Power down to 75%. Cadence up to 100 RPM. Again, faster legs in the sections where we're not working as hard. One thing that also does sort of keeps your heart rate around the same rough zone the whole way through, because you're working your lungs a bit more with the higher cadence than you are with the lower cadence. That's it, that's it. Keep it up. Think of it like you're riding up to first lookout on Cypress if you're Vancouver based, or any sort of 10-minute climb. Doing the over-under work. Getting it done. Keep on this pace. 10 more seconds to go before we're back to the harder gear and back in that lower cadence of 90 RPM. 3, 2, 1. Drop in the cadence to 90 RPM. Power back up to 85%. Again, looking for that 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 perceived effort. Think of your 20-minute power right now. All you got for 20 minutes. Just doing that for this next minute. Keep holding strong. With these long efforts too, super important to drink water throughout it. Keep hydrated the whole way through. "20 more seconds here. Keep pushing through it. Holding strong, holding strong. Just 10 seconds to go before we can ease our power a bit. Bring our cadence back up. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Cadence up to 100 RPM. Power off to about 75% or about a 7 out of 10 perceived effort. Just past the halfway mark of this 10-minute effort now. Absolutely flying through it. Keep crushing this one out. Again, fast legs here. 100 RPM. Keep going, keep going. Tapping out this pace. It's flying by even faster than you envisioned, I'm sure. These little 1-minute change-ups really help to make the difference and help make that mental load a little bit less. 5 seconds to go before we're back on that higher power. 2, 1, up to 85%. Cadence backing off to 90 RPM. Grinding through this one. After those 100 RPM sections, 90 RPM just feels a little lower than it actually is and feels a little bit tougher. Just keep pushing through this one though. It's gonna be our second last time at 85%. We're almost through this long 10-minute block here. Keep it up, everyone. Stay on top of that gear. If you notice your cadence slide off, like I said, try and bring it back up in line with 90 RPM. Bring your power back up with it. 5 more seconds to go before we go to easier gear. 2, 1, back to 75%, cadence up to 100 RPM. So again, still working in these sections. This is like your hour power. Everything you've got for an hour. Just holding steady, fast legs. Even with the fast cadence, think about that pedaling efficiency. Keep it up, keep it up. Just got a little bit longer. When we finish this 75% and 100 RPM section, we'll be entering into the last 2 minutes of this 10-minute block. Absolutely flown by. 10 seconds to go. Keep the cadence up. Keep on the power right to the last second. 2, 1. Power to 85% now. Cadence down to 90 RPM. This is the last of the higher power sections. Just got to grind this one out. Definitely have quite a bit of lactic acid burned by now. Legs are feeling heavy, but fight it out right to the end. There's only a bit left. Keep on fighting. Awesome job. 15 seconds to go. Keep it up, keep it up. It's a little bit more, keep fighting it. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Cadence up to 100 RPM. Power down to 75%. The final minute now. Last minute. Just hold on right to the line. It's all about just sort of keeping your grips on the power, keeping the cadence up around 100 RPM, not letting it drop off. And just holding on to the last second now. 30 seconds to go, you're almost there. Keep it up, keep it up. Keep fighting through it. The end's in sight is right there. It's the final few meters towards first lookout. You can see the don't feed the bears sign. Right there. 5 more seconds, keep holding on. 2, 1, all the way off now. Nice, easy gear, full recovery. You can let your cadence fall into wherever your preferred cadence typically lies. It's a tough block. Take the chance, spin out the legs, drink some water, wipe some sweat away. Awesome. Loving seeing everyone's different setups there. Got Jackson, Ethan, and Karen was outside, but don't know where she ended up. Then we got people in basements, people in spare rooms. Oh, there we go, there's Karen again. Awesome work. Also, I see a few aero bars. Looks like Rob's got some aero bars. I know Ethan also had aero bars going on during those efforts. I always found aero bars inside are way more mentally challenging than outside. Just position feels way more unnatural, for me at least. Whew. Okay, so gonna be moving into some higher power here, getting up towards maximal aerobic power. So for these ones, you're gonna be spending 45 seconds right around map. If you can push a little bit beyond map, then go for it. Don't feel the need to absolutely max out though, but sort of try and push the limits of what 100% map is. This is sort of a 10 out of 10 all out 45-second effort. Keep in mind with these ones though, once the 45 seconds ends, you have a minute of riding at 50%, so still sort of having to put some power through the pedals. It's not totally easy. You're still working. You can think of this almost like riding a super, super fast pace line, just taking really hard, fast turns on the front in the final few K of a race, and then sort of popping off into the slipstream, getting some rest, and then hitting a hard turn again. So again, 45 seconds on at 100% map at 90 RPM, and then a minute 15 at 50% and 100 RPM. So just like last time, the easier sections, higher cadence, the harder parts, right around 90 RPM. We're gonna get started with those in 10 seconds. So again, starting with a hard 100% map effort for 45 seconds at 90 RPM. In 3, 2, 1, up, 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 up. Very hard gear now. These settle into this pace and just sort of push it out for the 45 seconds. Fight through it. Keep it up, keep it up. Really drive the pace here. Push in the front of the group, making everyone on your wheel suffer. 15 more seconds. Keep pushing. So a little bit longer. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Easing to 50%, not all the way off. Drop to 50%, bring your cadence up to 100 RPM. Still gotta get on the wheel in front of you, stay in the group, stay in the pace line. So you can't let your power drop off too much. 5 out of 10 effort. Think of what you could do in terms of power for a whole long ride. Sort of sit in at that, still working, still putting power through the pedals. Keep it up here. Take this chance, drink some water too. It's a lot of repetition. This one we're doing it 5 times through. So really make sure you're rested and ready for the next effort coming up in just about 10 seconds. Keep it up. 5 seconds to go. 2, 1, up, 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 up. 45 second, 100% map effort here. Drive it through it, drive it through it. 90 RPM, really fight through. Keep on top of the power, keep on top of that gear. Don't ease off. Keep driving it, keep driving it. 2/3 of the way through this one, 15 seconds to go. Keep on fighting, keep on fighting. Almost your turn to pull off now. 5 more seconds to go. Hold on right to the line. 2, 1, easing to 50%. Again, this isn't all the way off. Bringing your cadence up to 100 RPM. Faster legs for these easier parts. Again, take this chance. Drink some water. Keep it up. I know I'm finding, since I'm talking a bit more than usual, I'm having to drink a lot more water than usual to combat my mouth drying out. Awesome, okay. 35 more seconds until that next map effort. Okay. 20 seconds to go. Again, get ready. You're sitting in the wheels of the group. You're getting ready to hit out back on the front of the pace line and really drive the pace. Working for your team. Or just try and make that break stick. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Up, 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 up. 45 seconds. Hard effort. Everything you've got for this 45 seconds. And again, settle in at 90 RPM. 100% map. Really push through it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Fight through this one. Fight through it. There's 15 seconds left. Keep on pushing. Still on the front. Still making everyone in your wheel suffer. Fight through it. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Backing off to 50%. Cadence up to 100 RPM. Again, not totally easing all the way off. Not dropping your power off all the way. Still working. Fighting to stay on that wheel in front of you. We got 2 more of those 45-second map efforts to go. Just 2 left. Excellent work. Again, although this isn't full recovery, take the chance. Drink some water, wipe some sweat away. Shake the legs out a bit. Get ready for that next hard pull, that next hard turn. Okay, 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds before the next 100% map effort. Same deal with cadence, 90 RPM. In 2, 1, up, 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 back on the power, back on top of that gear. Driving through it, driving this pace. Keep turning over that gear, powering through it. Let's go, let's go. Keep pushing it. 15 more seconds to go here. Keep on fighting. Right to the line, right down to that last meter. You gotta stay on the gear, stay on the power. 5 seconds to go. 2, 1, easing off slightly. Down to 50%. Cadence again, up to 100 RPM. Fast legs with the slightly lower power. One more of those to go only, just one more to go. Excellent work. Awesome. Extra warm right now. I'm envious of those of you who are outside on your decks, in your backyards. It's definitely cooler than in here right now. Whew. Okay. 15 seconds to go before the final one of these map efforts. Final hard pull of this pace line. Get ready to go. And 2, 1, up, 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 up. Last one of these. Really make it a good one. Big power. 90 RPM. Everything you've got for this one. Really everything you've got. Get a good block of rest a little soon. So keep going. Stay on the power, keep going, keep going. 15 seconds to go, up, 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 up. Don't give in. 5 seconds, final few meters. 2, 1, back to 50%, back to 100 RPM. Final minute, 15 seconds, and then we get some proper rest. Again, still working with the fast legs right now. Right around 50%. Keeping that leg speed up. Keep going, everyone, keep going. Fast legs, lighter on the power. Almost through it. 20 more seconds here. Keep going, then we can get some proper rest soon. In 10 seconds, you can ease all the way off. Keep the fast legs going until then though. Keep on the power. Just 2, 1. Nice, easy gear now. You can let your cadence drop down to your preferred cadence. Sort of settle in. You're gonna take a nice, long 4-minute rest here. Good chance to catch your breath, drink some water. If you've depleted your water bottles, you can run off and fill them up. I just saw Evan go and do that right now. Or if you're lucky, wave down your sibling, your partner, mom, dad, whoever, wave them down and get them to bring you a nice full bottle. If you have that luxury, of course. Okay. And nice easy gear here. I'll wait until Eric and Evan are back before I explain the last section of this one. Excellent work through that last set, everyone. These 45-second map efforts are always super tough because they always just sort of drag on for the final 15 seconds always. I always find you can sort of power through those first 30 seconds, but then towards the end they really just sort of drag on, and it's really a mental and physical battle to get to the last second of those ones. Okay. So for the final block of today's workout, we're going to be doing more map efforts. These ones are sort of map plus plus, so every one you're going to be hitting as hard as possible, everything you've got the whole way through. These ones are going to be 30 seconds each. You can do them at any cadence above 90 RPM, so sort of aiming for fast legs. If you prefer to keep a lower cadence, try and hang on at 90 RPM. If you really like getting your leg speed up though, feel free to push beyond 90, push beyond 100 even, if you choose to. And we're gonna have a full minute off in between each one of these. So 30 seconds, all out, everything you've got, and then 1 minute, full easy, like you're doing now to catch your breath. And with these ones, we're gonna stagger the starts of them a bit. So on my screen, I have 3 columns here. So we're gonna have the left team, which is gonna be composed of Rob, John, and Evan. So you 3 are, let's go with team 1 actually. So you're team 1. So team 1 is gonna be the first to hit out with a 30-second effort. Then we're gonna have team 2, which is Ethan, Jackson, and Karen. So that's team 2 there, that's my middle column. And then finally, team 3 on the right is gonna be Derek, Sarah, and Eric. I like that, Derek and Eric. So if I was sort of mumbling there, you'd be able to pick up on who you are no matter what. So Derek, Eric, Sarah, team 3, or far right team. So that's sort of how this will be structured. Team 1 will go first for the first 30 seconds, and then team 2 will do the next 30 seconds, team 3, the last 30 seconds, and when one of the other teams that isn't your team is doing that 30-second effort, you'll be taking it nice and easy, getting a full minute of rest. Team 2 sort of gets it tough because they start with just 30 seconds easy riding, then straight into it. Okay, so we're gonna get started with these in 10 seconds with team 1 going first. So again, 30 seconds, max power, everything you've got, and we're gonna go through it 5 times. So team 1 in 2, 1, up, 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 up. All out now, all out for team 1. That's Rob, John, and Evan on the power. Everyone else just gets to watch them. Keep it up, guys, keep it up, keep pushing here. 10 seconds to go. 5 more seconds for team 1, and then team 2 is gonna be starting their effort. 2, 1, team 2, you're up, team 1, nice and easy. Let's go. Ethan, Jackson, and Karen, everything you've got now. Hard 30-second effort, keep pushing. Hard on the power, keep fighting, keep fighting. 10 more seconds for team 2 before team 3 gets started. Again, team 3, Derek, Sarah, and Eric in 2, 1. Team 2's easy. Team 3, everything you've got now. Up, up, up. Let's go, let's go. Keep on the power, keep pushing. Fast legs, high power. 5 more seconds here. 2, 1. Team 1, up, 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 up. Let's go. 2 and 3 are resting. Team 1 on the power now. All out 30 seconds, everything you've got. You're sprinting against the other guys on your team, or other girls. Everyone's giving it their all. 10 more seconds. Keep it up, team 1. Team 2, almost up now in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Team 1 off. Team 2, hard push now. Everything you've got. All out. Up, up, up. Come on, team 2. You got this. Keep pushing. For those that, I don't think I made this clear. I'm in team 1, by the way, but team 2, keep pushing. Driving the pace. 3 more seconds before team 3 starts. Team 2 takes off. 2, 1. Team 3 now. Everything you've got, team 3. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, team 3. You got this. You got this. Big power now. Big power. Keep on pushing. Just 5 more seconds. Then team 1 is starting again. 2, 1. Team 1 on. Team 3 off. Let's go. Big power now. Big power. Really got to fight through these ones. Keep pushing. Into the last 10 seconds. If you felt your power drop, try and bring it back up right at the last bit here. Keep pushing. 5 seconds till team 2 starts. 2, 1. Team 1 off. Team 2 on now. Let's go. Ethan, Jackson, and Karen working hard. Pushing the pace. Keep it up, keep it up. Let's go. Final 10 seconds, team 2. If you felt your power drop off, bring it back up. 5 seconds here. 2, 1. Team 3 now. Team 3, all out. Derek, Sarah, and Eric. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Keep it up. Keep on pushing, team 3. Final 10 seconds. If your power dropped off, try and bring it back up a bit here. Fight through to the end. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Back to team 1 again. Team 1, let's go. Everything you've got here. Hard 30-second push. Let's go. Fight through this one. Fight through. It's our second to last one. Keep pushing, keep it up, keep it up. 10 more seconds. Fight through that last second, that last meter. Up, up, up. 2, 1. Team 2, you're up now. Let's go. Team 2, pushing the pace. Keep that power up. Everything you've got for this 30 seconds. Really drill it home. Right to the line, right to that last meter, the last second of it. 5 more seconds here till team 3 starts. 2, 1. Team 3 up, team 2 off. Let's go. Big power here, big power. It's the second to last one. Don't hold back, give it your all. Fight through. From start to finish for the full 30 seconds. Five more seconds for team 3 until team 1 starts the last effort. 2, 1. Up, up, up for team 1. Let's go. Final effort of the night. Drive it home. Team 1, we're lucky we get this out of the way early. Don't hold back. Keep pushing. Fight through, fight through. Don't ease off yet. A little bit longer, 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Team 2 now, starting your final effort of the evening. Everything you've got now. There's nothing to hold back for anymore. All out, right to the line for Team 2. Keep going, keep going. 10 more seconds, keep staying on that power. Try and bring it up for the last little bit of this effort. Keep going, just 3, 2, 1, and Team 3, you're on. Last effort of the night, and the last group of the night. Team 1 and Team 2 get to just stand by and watch now. Team 3 has to put in one last hard pull here. Halfway there, 15 more seconds. Keep going, Team 3. You got this. Right to the line, 10 more seconds to go. Try and bring your power up just a little bit more. Everything you've got now. Right to the line, 2, 1, and all the way off. Nice, easy gear now. Shake out the legs, spin them out. Excellent work, everyone. It's a super difficult block of efforts to do the whole way through. That first 10-minute effort is never easy on its own, but then having to follow it up with these higher and higher powers as we go through, always very challenging. You've built up so much fatigue at the start, and then you're sort of just trying to get the body to fight through. Give it anything that it has left in the tank right down to the last second. So super tough blocks to get through. Hope everyone that's in Vancouver got outside for at least a walk around their block today, staying in their neighborhood, sort of enjoying this nice weather we have. The one time in Vancouver where you might want a few rainy days, but we're getting this gorgeous sun, this warm weather. It's super tough, but gotta make the most of it. It's good to come out, get a good sweat on, get a good workout in on these weeknights like this. So I remind everyone, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Got a whole bunch of awesome workouts posted up on there from weeks past. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, and that's a wrap.